Okay, now to the midway point of the finals for the Champions Winter Trophy for 2024. It is time to get things underway with the junior final. Let's have a look at your starting grid. So, Cameron Nelson and Jacob Ashcroft will be on the front row. Jack West and Kai Clark make it an all-British front two-row lockout, with Max Swiderski and Dave Stevens rounding out the top three rows. Noah Janssen and Martin Lischner round out row 4. Thijs van Wijk and Ryan Gandor from Canada round out the top 10. Boris Maxwell and Ryan Bourguignon, row 6. Vlad Tomanchuk and Ryan Kiewitzbosch on row 7. Lars Lambers and Mathieu Soumetre on row 8, with Thomas Verheyen and Asmi Heiser row 9. Kovic due to start in 19th, but I think will not start again. Hasn't done so since this morning. Alexander Vermeulen will round out the top 20 ahead of Rick Corporal, Jim Bark, Lieke van Berkel, Ben Jamie Berger, Noah Neumann, Nuden Engelsman, Philip Wisniewski, Bram van der Weken, Lendruers, Lucas Selds and Jort van Ekelen completing the starting order. So this race will take place over 11 minutes, plus an additional lap. After this, we'll have 2 more races to go to conclude the first big event here at the Home of Champions. The next one will be the first round of the 2024 Dutch Rotax and KZ Championship, 2 weeks from today. Also, Chrono Karting have just announced on their social media that the event will be live streamed. Right. Problem for Taze Stevens, I think, has just pulled off to the left-hand side. And, oh yes, that's it. Taze Stevens' opportunity to book a place on the grid for the Le Mans has just gone. So down to 29, hungry, motivated young drivers. It's about who wants it the most. It's winner take all. And after around about the next 12 minutes, we'll find out who that person will be. Out of the final corner, lights are on, revs rise, lights are out first time, we're underway. Nelson leads the field into turns 1 and 2, and Jack West tries to go through. And that means that both Ashcroft and Nelson are not leading. That's Max Swiderski at the front. Max Swiderski is there, and he's being followed by Germany's Noah Janssen. That just goes to show the run down to turn 1 and 2 is incredibly important here at Karting Genk, and that is just proof in the pudding. You could be on pole, you could be on the outside of the front row, and before you know it, you are not in that top 3, top 4. So it's Swiderski leading, Janssen in second. 4th looks to be Jack West, who's in 3rd. I've got a feeling that might be, well, I'll wait until that gets confirmed either in my line of sight or by the live timing. I think it could be Thijs van Wijk that has gotten through. It is the 246. The thing that swayed me was the Team Netherlands race suit with the big Dutch line on the front of it. Cameron Nelson down to 6th. So Stevens out before the start had even happened. And Jacob Ashcroft, after what just happened, is not in the top 10. So we're effectively going to be going on to lap 3 momentarily. Jacob Ashcroft has got a little bit of a fight back on his hands. Finished 9th after the corrected results for the superheat a little bit earlier on. So another lap in the books. Swiderski leads by 3/10. Top 4 rounded out by Jack West. in the 2:68s, covered by half a second. Van Wyk gets through for the race lead on Swiderski as West gets through on Noah Janssen. So first has changed, third has changed. Boris Maximov has definitely got his elbows out. He's just got past Cameron Nelson for 6th place. So good anticipation, and we've got another kart off, and the driver's walking away. So Van Wyk leads by just over 1/10 of a second. Swiderski, West, Janssen, Kai Clark, Boris Maximov, Cameron Nelson, Thomas Verheyen gets past Vlad Domenchuk for 8th place. Ryan Bourguignon now up into 10th position in the 290. Swiderski, okay, it was, looks to be Filip Wisniewski that has retired and was the driver walking away. But this quartet at the front end of the field might find that there is going to be more additions to the party, including Kai Clark. Now, what was the... right, Van Wyk put in a 57.811. Right, we've also had the 232 has just been given a 3-second time penalty for breaking out by 2 wheels out of the tram lines. That's Kivitz Bosch, who started 14th, now is down in 16th position. Jacob Ashcroft currently circulating in 12th place. So we are now on to lap number 4. So Kai Clark is about 0.8 of a second behind Noah Janssen in 4th. Van der Weken has made up 7 places from 28th to 21st. And now this is the opportunity that Swiderski might want to exploit, but it's not him that does that, it's Janssen on West, and the former gets through for P3. Swiderski now trying to have that sense of urgency. Because as soon as he gets past Van Wyk, if he can start pulling away from the 246, then he might not need to worry about the 231 of Janssen and the 268 of West. Add into that Kai Clark and the 267. Now that gap was 0.8 after the previous lap. Now it looks a little bit closer, probably to the best part of half a second. As the back end snakes from side to side on Jack West's Cosmic chassis, from right to left under braking. Gap now is down to 0.6 between 4th and 5th. Maximov is closing. Nelson is closing. Top 7 covered by 2.6 seconds after 6 laps. So 4.5 minutes to go. The sun has gone away. There are slightly darker clouds up above. And this is going to be crucial. You've got to be making the right move at the right point where you are not going to be challenged. You could be leading for quite a long time, like we're seeing with Dave Van Wyk at the moment. After 7 laps having now been completed, the 246 trying to stretch away from Max Swiderski. But if Noah Janssen from Germany gets through on the 297 from the Netherlands, Van Wyk is going to have to watch his 6. Going to have eyes in the back of his head. Swiderski was a little bit closer to Van Wyk on the under the braking zone into turn 10. Janssen waiting to strike. Clark now will line up behind his teammate at KR Sport, Jack West. Lap 8 in the books, 0.2 of a second. Separate first to second. Top 5 covered by 1.3. Maximov now closing. Fastest lap of the race now up to P8. The man who is on the outside of the front row, Jacob Ashcroft, is charging in the latter stages. Has just put in a 56.929. So this now says to me, at least anyone in the top 8 with 2.5 minutes to go has an opportunity, has a chance of getting that place to the International Trophy at Le Mans, the place where legends are born. And Ashcroft went and did a 56.826. Lap 9. Swiderski got the lead from Van Wyk, and here comes Noah Janssen. Now he senses to calmly, coolly, strategically work his way to a point where he knows, right, I can go for that victory. That is within my grasp. And Janssen had a difficult 2023. Now, out of 2024, changing the equipment underneath him has revitalized that spark, that fire. Mathieu Sulmetre rounds out the top 14 as we still have 1.5 minutes plus an additional lap still to go. But it is anyone's guess on who will be victorious, because it could be Van Wyk, it could be Janssen, it could be Swiderski. Keep your eyes on Jack West. Kai Clark now add to that melting pot. Boaz Maximov. .55 seconds to go as we head into turn 7 on the Europolan. They've been running, well, Jacob Ashcroft, 56.377. New fastest lap. And he's got the gap down. He's closing all the time on Cameron Nelson. He was 1.1 seconds behind him after 10 laps. And there's Nelson, there's Ashcroft. Right then. Let's see what happens now. 20 seconds to go. 2 laps, including this one, remain. Nelson and Ashcroft will definitely, if everyone keeps on battling, there goes Swiderski up the inside, Clark up the inside of West. So Swiderski up the inside of Janssen to retake second position. Clark went a bit wide, West went back up through, and there is Cameron Nelson, there is Jacob Ashcroft. And Van Wyk and Swiderski are away, and they are clear. As, tanks lapper and a half there for Boaz Maximov. That puts him down into 8th position. But the timer has now expired officially. 12 turns, 1,360 metres to negotiate. Again, more strides forward made by Nelson and Ashcroft. They're 5th and 6th as Van Wyk leads us on to the final lap of the juniors of this weekend. Swiderski is the closest one to him, within 4.5 tenths. Now Swiderski has to go for broke, go for gold, put everything into it. Janssen won't make an indent, but who is going to make it to the final step of the rostrum? It's actually Ashcroft that's in P5. He could get 3rd. He could get 3rd by the end of the race. Don't put it past him. And Swiderski is about a kart length and a half, maybe not even that, coming out of turn 9. Swiderski lunges forward in his race seat. Through turn 10 they go. And there's a squabble and a half a little bit further back. But who's it going to be? Swiderski is going to try and line it up out of the final corner to get the slipstream. But Thijs van Wyk wins the final for juniors by 0.11 of a second. Swiderski takes P2 and Noah Janssen takes third in the final. Jack West leading home a quartet of Brits with Cameron Nelson, Jacob Ashcroft and Kai Clark rounding out the top 7. Boris Maximov ends up 8th ahead of Lars Lambers and Thomas Verheyen. And there's the sportsmanship between Max Swiderski and Thijs van Wyk, our winner of the Champions Winter Trophy in Junior Rotax. Lars Lambers, Thomas Verheyen ran out the top 10. Ryan Bourguignon will complete the top 11. You've got the likes of Lucas Sells, Matthew Sometre, Ryan Gandor in 14th. Alexander Van Meeuwen rounds out the top 15. Vlad Tomanchuk, Martin Lischner, Ryan Kivitz-Bosch, Lieke van Berkel, Noah Neumann, Rick Corporal, Ben Jamie Berger, Jim Back, now Den Engelsman, Bran van der Weken, Asmi Heiser, Lendreus, Jod van Ekelen, being the last of the 28 classified finishers after 13 laps. Philip Wisniewski out on lap 2. Tay Stevens out before the formation lap with Kai Veach a non-starter.